All right, guys, so welcome to chapter 6, the first section, and here we'll be talking about the quantum mechanical model of an atom. So we've talked about the atom a little bit, made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons, but what we're going to see is that the picture is actually a bit more complicated. And so quantum mechanics is quite a complicated topic, so we're just going to scratch the surface. And then in terms of what I want you to actually know, take a look at the homework. So let's start thinking about this a little bit. So back in the day, all we had were classical physics. And classical physics basically explained the macro world. Right. When we say macro here, we're actually not talking about that big. We are talking about big, planets and stuff like that. But even something like a cell is quite big. So the funny thing is here is when we get small, things get really weird. So write that down. When things get very small, and by very small here, we mean kind of like an electron or maybe like a photon. Even protons and neutrons are considered big. So when we get very small, we no longer, or things no longer, follow kind of the rules of classical physics. And so things get very weird. And so when we go down into the size of an electron, we no longer follow classical physics. What we follow is quantum mechanics. Right? And so quantum mechanics is basically just the physics that explains very small things. And again, what we're talking about here is kind of like electrons for the most part. There's three main parts that we're going to learn about quantum mechanics. The first is going to be wave-particle duality. After that, we're going to go into the quantization. And then after that, we'll take a look at the uncertainty principle. So again, quantum mechanics, kind of very weird thing. You have to kind of let go of some of the things that you believe are true. And so there's some good quotes here. You can take a look at the scientists that kind of discovered quantum mechanics, and you can see they're not really big fans of it. So Niels Bohr, said that anyone who is not shocked by quantum mechanics has not understood it. Schrodinger, wrote, "I don't like it, and I'm sorry I had ever had anything to do with it." And then Albert Einstein disbelieved the very theory he helped develop, stating that God does not play dice with the universe. So you can see it's kind of a bit of a controversial topic, not too controversial though, because very many people have tried, tried to disprove it, including all of these scientists. Einstein spent a lot of his time trying to disprove quantum mechanics, and people today have tried to disprove it, and every time quantum mechanics wins. So even though it's weird, we can't disprove it, and it works. So it's kind of our best model for now. So many scientists have tried to disprove quantum mechanics, and quantum mechanics has won every time. So let's start taking a deeper look into this.